summarize. It's not very easy. We go to the class, take one topic at a time. That is much easy, but here we heard from 13 speakers. Now let me start with the fact that you have contributed a lot, but if we put things together, let me categorize first. Now we should know that education is not for small child. We start from the small child in the primary school, one type of education. They are just like flower. We have to treat them very softly because that's the beginning for the children in the primary school. Then we go to high school. We give them a bit more training in different subjects more properly. Then we take them to the universities. So what I'm trying to say, some of you have mentioned about Maslow. That's true. So there is a step-by-step procedure to give the education to a person at different ages. That's one thing. And then second category, I should say, two types of education. One is education for cognitive development, education for non-cognitive development. Now what we see in the general sense, the education is basically for the cognitive education. How to write, how to speak, and then different type of procedures to give a speech or to write. Different parts of the world, they have different procedure, but then we have mostly westernized, even in the eastern part of the world, westernized education, mostly focused on cognitive side. What is missing there is non-cognitive side, which is basically what we get from the Vedantic tradition, which basically had been given by Swami Vivekananda by saying that we need to have mixing with educational values, Eastern values and also Western values, cognitive plus non-cognitive type of education. Now when you say non-cognitive, many of you have mentioned that those are the skills or abilities, and if you can say personality traits, love, compassion, and many of you mentioned about Doya, Koma, Chetana, Bhakti. Those are the things which are not used in the cognitive training or the westernized education. So therefore the missing part which Swami Vivekananda has brought, that make this cognitive and non-cognitive parts together. Give some training which is basically Western tradition, and then also make sure that a person at different stages, primary school, high school, college, university, they get different type of trainings for the development of their non-cognitive personality traits, love, compassion, and so on and so forth. So for today's debate, I have been, by the way, I must say that I have been completely, overwhelmed to see the presentation from all of you. It's so wonderful. In fact, I am thinking of, believe me or not, that whether I can use some of you in future or all of you in future for a project which I am doing in India. I just last 4-5 years I bought a 2 acres, 1 acre of, not 1 acre, 2 bighas of plot next to Hooghly River in Howrah district, and after giving a wall and then making the infrastructure very ready, only this year I invited 200 primary school students in that plot, and then I asked them to participate in different type of competition, like বসে থেকে ছবি আঁকা, তারপরে আপনার একটু physical exercise করা, etc., etc., and then to entertain them with little gift, mostly gift from Swamiji, So the name of that place is called Manav Vikas Kendra. The idea is to get the people who are skilled from the area, local area, or in surrounding localities, and then ask them to give training to the students who are in need to get some training, because they don't have any education background, mostly coming from a fisherman community. Within 6-7 years after they finish year class 2, class 3, they are brought into their profession by their parents. So look, can you help us? Please just forget about the education, come to the boat and help us to get the fish. And when you get the fish, sell it, or go to the local market, or go to the, if it is at night, go to the different houses and then sell them. Ilish mas, that's one of the things. So this is how it is. So what I'm trying to say, those students have neither cognitive nor non-cognitive training. Some of them have cognitive training at the very early age, but they are brought into the community to help their parents economically. So to get them, my object is to get those 200 students in the local school. I will make sure that they finish their primary school. If some of the students, if they want, I'll be happy to help them out. I mean just financially, but obviously giving them different type of direction. And so there comes first the need for the cognitive training, no doubt of that. As they grow, I will look them up, over the years. Then we'll try to give training in that place for non-cognitive side, how to imbibe them into the ideas of Swami Vivekananda, man-making education, slowly and gradually. You can't do immediately, because you have to look after the economic side first, so that they can be independent, at least they can survive, at least they can say that to their parents, look, I'm not going to join you in the boat to help you to get fish and then sell them. I will rather go to the high school, which there is a very good high school, Aurobindo Training Center, our school, high school, very nice, Aurobindo. That's run by the Aurobindo group. So I'm trying to make the Aurobindo group, Vivekananda group, Swamiji group together, and then that place is going to be eventually taken care of by a Ramakrishna mission. I think, who knows, she knows that place, and I forgot the name. Yeah, Bellary. So Bellary, there is a Ramakrishna ashram. So I'm taking the Ramakrishna ashram help to make that place a sub-center. So therefore I'll get Aurobindo ashram, I get Ramakrishna mission, and then myself, whatever I can do, combining things together. And it's technically speaking, this is basically going to be a combination of cognitive and non-cognitive skill formation, or that's basically what I do. Thank you.
Thank you so much.